that opposition are not going to be taking too many risks initially. Although it should allow for Dawson and Rashid to settle into their work. Overs 1 to 6, so crucial in T20 cricket. England were dominant in theirs, and Sri Lanka way behind at the moment in terms of wickets lost.
Sri Lanka just needed to be smart in their first 6 overs, especially on a wicket like this. Stopping and turning a little bit, especially with the new ball as well. This is probably the last recognized pair that Sri Lanka has. So they've got a big job at hand.
Some classic reactions there in the crowd. That's sport for you. You're mentioning that it's really well set for the England spinners. The two best players of spin for Sri Lanka in that top 3. Pratham Nissanka and Kusal Mendis. Pawan Ratnayaka has shown good signs of playing spin well, good intent. But it's so strange how Sri Lanka has fallen behind in terms of strike rates against spin. Out of the Super 8 sides against right arm wrist spin, Sri Lanka are the worst since the last T20 World Cup. And against Dawson, other than for the batter on strike coming to Mendes, everyone else scores at less than 120 strike rate. Should have started the game in his extraordinary run of success against Sri Lanka in T20 internationals, which stretches back now a decade, and a winning run of 11 matches. Do you think, I mean, obviously all these players have not played in all those games, but do you think that has an impact coming into a game like this? 37 for 5. It can have an effect, but I don't think there's been any chatter in the dressing room among the coaches and the players about what's happened in the past. I mean, the last T20 World Cup match between the two countries was in 2012, where Sri Lanka beat them here in Pallekele, so that's a great sign. Although in the recent past, England's had the rub of the green over Sri Lanka. 3 T20 games here that they've won. But understanding risk and reward has been an issue for Sri Lanka, and you've seen that here in that power play. So Jacks, with his best figures already in T20 internationals, 3 for 14 from 3, he's going to finish out here. I don't think he'll have ever bowled the first 4 of the first 8 overs in a T20, but he's going to do that today.
What England have done well is that they've understood the conditions well. Started off with the spinner. Now, of course, Joffrey at the other end, getting some purchase out of the wicket.
Slightly careful there, just looking to work into leg. That huge gap in front of square. We've already seen one leading edge. Go back to Jacks for a calm bowl. Doesn't Shanaka, the captain, his real strength is pace hitting, especially at the death. Spin is not his favoured type of bowling to face. Will Jacks, what an extraordinary journey for him. He was a part-time off-spinner when he started, but right now, in all the tournaments that he's played outside in terms of franchise cricket and for England, in every format he plays, he's become a very competent, very dependable spinner. Side, picked the length very quickly, was fractionally short from Jacks and got punished.
Slightly short from Will Jacks. That's one hanging back, slapping it over mid-wicket.
Picked up really length really quickly, a rare error in terms of length from Will Jacks, because the pitch is slow, it just sits up.
response on the angle, beating the outside edge. Would have known before the start of this innings that he was kicking.
Sri Lanka badly needs a partnership right now.
Play going England's way. Liam Dawson now. Short again. Pummeled away leg side. That's the long boundary. But it has cleared it by some distance.
Very good batting. Go from Sri Lanka, now coming to Memphis. The intent hasn't actually lessened. They're looking for balls to score on. They don't want England to get too far ahead and squeeze them with the run rate. They want to try and reverse pressure. And that was an excellent shot. Not short, just picked up on length. Excellent acceleration at the back, hitting through the line into that vacant mid-wicket area and over the line for six.
Chipped again, and it's another soft dismissal to Dawson this time. Incredible, really, the gifted wickets that Sri Lanka have given England today. 6 down.
What a way to get out. David Mendes looking for a single. An easy catch for Liam Dawson. Another soft dismissal. Hamid's gone for 13. England are 52 for 6. Correction, Sri Lanka.
Extraordinary, really. It's a pretty good pitch. We've seen a little bit of spin. Nothing to suggest that scores that we've seen, England 146 for 9 in their 20 overs. Sri Lanka now 52 for 6. Hamantha with some work to do alongside his skipper.
Assessing conditions, one of the crucial parts of playing cricket. Any format that you play, you've got to assess the surface that you're playing on, understand what can be done, what can't be done. Hard hands, trying to work it too square on a pitch that sometimes the ball sticks in, can be dangerous. 2 dismissals for close bat face, leading edges to the bowler. Playing up right and top here.
It's very disappointing to see that none of the batters have read the conditions. Certain shots that you just cannot play on a wicket like this. Closing the bat face too early. Easy catch for Liam Dawson.
Another good over for England that brings a wicket, 6th of the innings, 53 for 6 off 9. Should be a tremendous encounter this evening in Ahmedabad. Two form teams, India and South Africa, reenacting that final of 2 years ago in Bridgetown.
Not a bad pitch to play on either if you're a batter in Ahmedabad.
Yeah, it's been one of the more batting-friendly surfaces for sure. Sure to be a, well, if not a completely full house close to it. There were nearly 70,000 there to watch India play the Netherlands the other day, so one imagines will be upwards of 100,000 with Sri Lanka, with South Africa in town. Adil Rashid, what a time to come on with the opposition 53 for 6. Means that Harry Brook can attack. He's put himself in at slip.
An ideal situation. You can't ask for any better situation as a bowler coming in than a side being 6 wickets down. Gives you a lot of leeway to experiment, settle into line and length. And Adil Rashid pulling slow, 72.5 first up. As we have another look at Camilo Mendes. He's been in form, but unfortunately a little bit too early, a little bit too close with the bat face. And that's enough. Lose your wicket.
It's kind of pretty hard to explain. I mean, the ball has spun a little bit, but not that much. Sri Lanka clearly used to playing spinners at home. They're in conditions that they know well. It's a bit unfathomable, really, why they're 54 for 6. Bit bumpy out at certain parts of the outfield. A combination of the heavy rain that we've had has made it pretty sludgy near the boundary edge in certain parts.
Boundary ropes brought in a little bit as a result as well. But there's been a regression in Sri Lanka's ability to play spin. A lot of it has to do with the ability to play sweeps and reverse sweeps, catching up with the modern game, not really reading variation out of the hand, leg spinners, googly, or any other variational subtleties. The inability to do that consistently, use your feet. The 10th over ends, Sri Lanka 56 for 6 in deep trouble, England right on top.
It's a remarkable looking scorecard. England battling their way to 146. Taking 5 wickets though with the ball in the power play. Dawson to start his 3rd. Slows it up just a little bit. Maybe slowing the pace up is the way to go.
That has always been the way to go on this pitch, because when we were out there, the pitch reported it was not about turn, it was about hanging in there and controlling the pace, making the batter come at you, and England have been brilliant at doing it there. They've not been wicket-taking deliveries. It's just been getting it in the right areas. Current as well. And the batters have actually used very poor options. After bowling, Sri Lankan batters should have known what are the options that will be useful for the slower pitch, which holds up ever so slightly.
So they just not adapted? Because they know the conditions. They play it regularly. They played England 3 games before the World Cup, and as you say, saw what worked for them with the ball. That's what's shocking about the approach. It's about
Playing yourself in and controlling the innings. You're chasing 147. You jolly well know it's not about going and blasting the opposition out there. Even with the ball, it's a little bit of an arm wrestle.
hit back hard, really hard. That's a powerful strike from Shanaka.
Such extra flight from Liam Dawson. Brilliant shot. Nasun Shanaka. The hit straight has worked today. Just thrusts it up. Let's get up and over. Extract any more turn. It's exactly that you mentioned was allowing about creating errors from the opposition. Getting your plan right, getting your execution right as a spin unit.
A single to end the 11th, 64 for 6. Sri Lanka need 9s and they're 6 down. What a quiet, subdued crowd now. Complete contrast to what happened in the first innings. England was struggling a wee bit. Beautiful up here, Kelly, surroundings of Kandy. There's water in that river straight lake after what we saw last night. Torrential rain. Thankfully that's abated. A full completed result now. Number 4 down, Sri Lanka's 6 down. It's change at our end. I think Rashid just bought change and taking Adil Rashid out of the attack. It's worked for England with Overton taking that wicket. And Shamira comes in at number 9, 69 for 7, Sri Lanka. It is a becalmed cricket ground here in Pallekele. It's almost like the locals who have come in their thousands cannot believe what is unfolding. The stats don't lie. You think England under par with 146 for 9 on the board, but at 69 for 7. The required rate just a little bit under 10 and over. It has gone horribly wrong for Sri Lanka.
And it's hard to explain the dismissals as well. Such loose shots, not options on a slower pitch.
Morgan was right. Rashid changes ends.
You mentioned England's 146. I thought they were a good 20-run shot at the break. So this is the last wicket. Gets him in the belly. He just swivels and... Boy, I'll knock the bails off.
I mentioned you thought England were 20 short. So did I. I reckon England probably did in their heart of hearts in the dressing room. But they just kept taking wickets. Rashid has plenty of overs to try and pop up this lower order.
The slip waits. You mentioned the 3 games that were played here last month.
Down the ground. Short.
Those pitches actually did take time. This is a much better pitch for batting. It just tests different skills and your approach. You just cannot come out there and play a shorter ball. Slightly different in how you approach and build your innings. Sri Lanka have been very casual from the first ball today. The moment they lost 2-3 wickets, England were all over them like a rash.
Will Jack especially just hanging it out there.
We have learned though from this World Cup Hawks is that Harry Brook trusts Will Jacks. I know it always hasn't got his way with the ball, but he trusts him, keeps going that way.
Yeah, certainly does. He's become England's go-to player in this year's tournament. It's great to see players who have come good at the right time. Notoriously, Will Jacks is a top-order batter, asked to fulfil a different role in this England side. Got at number 6, number 7. When needed, be that power hitter at the end. His role with the ball can vary. Good in the power play, touch at the end. Also, can be due to matchups as well. For a left-handers or a singular left-hander in the opposition side, he might come on and just bowl that one over in the power play.
Beautifully bowled from Adil Rashid, 73 for 7.
Just to add to the Will Jacks case, it's not been since the last World Cup, Bridgetown, Barbados, since he did take the new ball. That did not go well for him, so it's great to see him come back, be able to compartmentalise, but also the challenge that role presents. Not an easy thing that people who have fulfilled that role over the years. It's high risk, high reward. He has brought a level of consistency.
Look at his figures. Now, 3 for 22. That's what he conceded in his first over, that over you're talking about.
Overton again then. Wants it, Jofra Archer wants it. It's going to fall right between the two of them.
I feel a touch unlucky there, Jamie Overton. He
Started really well here.
Good line and good length. Consistency that Archer found early on. He's trying to replicate. Just lands in no man's land.
Well, The other problem is now the required rate almost 11. So from Sri Lanka's point of view, they're going to have a go. Can't die wandering here. Chamira. Ideally not want him to be there at this stage. There's not much he'll give you. He's going to have to stand up.
Thuds into the pads. Look at that previous delivery. Spider cam hovering overhead. Thought it was going to go straight up his nose. Right in between Archer and the retreating Joss Butler.
Well, so just on your point about probably has to be Sharnica. Who does he take on? Would you rather see him take on the pace of Overton, or would you rather see him take on Rashid at the other end?
Good short one. I'd say get to about the 15th over. Try and keep Chamira together. I've seen Sharnica do a lot of damage, and that's towards the end of an innings. He won Sri Lanka a match here, which we all thought they'd lost against Australia. Last 3 overs, 59 he scored on his own. So he's got to push the game to such a situation. I wouldn't think 59 off 3, but try to take it a little deeper, maybe to the last 4. Rashid would have bowled out another one. Then it's not about targeting a particular bowler.
If he's going to provide the power at the end of the innings, he's going to be dealing with 1 over remaining from Archer, 2 remaining from Adil Rashid, and Sam Curran hasn't been called upon to bowl just yet. He has been very good at closing out an innings for England so far. Well, cutters into the surface. Some thuds one into the pads in Shamiri yet again.
The other problem is you can go down in one game and still qualify, but 72 runs, that's a massive gap. Net run rate could come into it. You never know. With the rain around, what can happen? So they're not doing themselves any favors at all, Sri Lankans.
Down the ground, mid-off is up. That has gone all the way. Exactly what Russell was explaining. He has power, and Sri Lanka need more of that. 81 for 7. They need 66 from 6 overs.
On a slow enough surface, that is a top shot. Shimmies to the leg side, allowing them to open up the offside. It's all the way down the ground. That will give the crowd and change room something to cheer about. Acknowledgement from Overton. Time for a drink.
All the wickets has been relentless in this run chase. 16 for 1, 32 for 2, 49 for 3, 68 for 4, 94 for 5, 106 for 6, 124 for 7. Just keep losing wickets. The start was appalling. 5 wickets in the power play. Archer bowled 3 straight up, 2 for 20. Will Jacks has already bowled out. Fantastic figures of 3 for 22. In this consolidation period, there was that lusty blow on the leg side. And this one chipped back to the indoors. Just staying, holding in the pitch a little bit. That was pretty brutal. This was a bizarre dismissal. Shan knocked the top of the bails off his bat. Need more of that, Sri Lanka. He's capable of it. We need a lot more of it. 146 for 9 then, England batting first, having lost the toss. Malagay with 3 for 26, a couple for Tichana and Shankar. Phil Salt was the mainstay with 62, but the run chase has not lit up Palakeli, that is for sure. Let's have another magic moment.
the field, Paul Collingwood and his team have won the world.
Anticipation of something special. Down the leg.
Nope. Just play this as it comes. Take it deeper. Get a little closer. Because he really is capable. Consolidation period is okay compared to the launch phase.
All the way into the gap. No! Brilliantly taken. Brilliantly done by Will Jacks. His mate was alongside him to take the simplest of catches, but that was Will Jacks. Brilliant in the deep, as he has done so often for so many different teams.
Absolute silence. You could hear a pin drop around the ground. What a day Will Jacks is having. The new ball, 3 for 22. England's go-to man in this World Cup. Rashid given a chance to turn. It does. Shanaka takes it on, looks to go all the way. Watch this skill. Great control, great execution, and good support from Tom Banton. England have been impressive. Sri Lanka, all sorts of trouble. Shanaka for 30, Sri Lanka 82 for 8.
Well, we're so accustomed to seeing these catches taken, but it really is immensely, and they practice it time and time and time again. Brilliant from Will Jacks. Shana comes in at number 10 with Sri Lanka surely now sunk. Crowd away to my left are just starting to make their way toward the exits. .65 needed from 34, and Sri Lanka are 8 down. No wonder they are starting to file towards the exit.
You asked if he should take it on, but a delivery like that, you have to. For short, but it did spin away, and that forced him to drag it.
Yeah, the extra bit of turn actually is what forces the error. On reflection, a long way from getting it over the line for 6.
A flying Jacob Bethel does extremely well to stop that going for 4.
Geez, Teakshaw deserved 4. That's the best shot he's ever played, I'll tell you. But Bethel, lovely work from Jacob Bethel. He's making up for that misfield a long time ago, though.
Yeah, he didn't lose his strides either, which was the other positive bit of that bit of fielding. You're right about Dustin Shanaka. He couldn't pat that one back. He had to try and hit it for 6. It was a bad ball and just turned and hit the wrong part of the bat. Cow is an edge, but Brook is in play. It's slipped, but that's gone well wide of him, so Archer will charge after it. Sri Lanka will come back for a couple. 86 for 8, 5 to go in the game.
Sri Lanka, 11 in a row they've won, looking to make it 12. A low-scoring affair in Pallekele. England just 2 wickets away. Dawson back into the attack, 1 for 19, his last over coming up.
Come on then, how do we explain this low-scoring game? Have we all misread the pitch? Has it been bad batting? Is it good bowling? A combination of all those things?
He's looking in your direction, Kumar.
Well, I think batting from both sides, nothing to write home about. But I think England understood the brief. Wickets in the power play. They probably didn't think they'd get as many through Will Jacks, but they understood that if they can delay Rashid coming in, take a couple of wickets in the power play, especially Nissanka and Mendes are the best players of spin for Sri Lanka, and they were right in the game.
The little paddle, he went down early on that. Enough pace to take it to the boundary, or shouldn't. Oh, it does. Sam Curran just misjudged his slide there.
Yeah, it was a kind of tentative slide in any event. You've got to be a little bit careful sliding with your knee on this outfield, which is very wet because of the overnight rain.